Since adding Jimmy Butler into the fold, the Golden State Warriors have a solid record since then, and have risen up the standings enough to keep their playoff hopes alive. Once in the postseason, it's clear that this Warriors team is incredibly dangerous and will present a tough first-round matchup for any team. Butler so far has been exactly what the Warriors needed. As a hard-nosed star who can do a little bit of everything and bring energy, Butler is one of the better players in NBA history that has yet to win a ring, and there is hope he can finally achieve that alongside Stephen Curry. As the Warriors raised Andre Iguodala's number 9 into the rafters at Chase Center, Curry reflected on how the Finals MVP and Butler share some similarities.
If it impacts winning, then yeah, we're off to a good start. They're different players, different resumes, different styles, but when they're on the floor, usually good things happen. And you love players like that who understand the game, have a high IQ, lift the level of everybody around them. Like that's a hard thing to do, and it's such a commodity in the league. But then when you have a superstar like Jimmy who's done it year after year after year, you feel it right away.
Butler, like Iguodala, provides a steady, defensive-minded hand, but can also take over the game when needed. Both were clearly Robins to Curry's Batman, but both are high-level players who prioritize team success over the individual. Jimmy Butler has wasted no time settling into his new environment with the Golden State Warriors, and according to ESPN's Brian Windhorst, he is fully embracing what has been described as a full-blown honeymoon experience.
If you talk to people about Jimmy Butler, he is in the full-blown honeymoon right now. He is loving it. He is loving playing with Steph. He is loving playing for Steve Kerr. He is loving playing for Mike Dunleavy, the general manager, who was a former teammate of his. This is a completely different opportunity than Miami was, where they operate a little bit like the military. The Warriors operate a little bit like a player spa. They take care of their players in a different way. They have a different relationship with them. Jimmy is enjoying it. But at the end of the day, this is not about Jimmy. This is about the guy who built the Chase Center and how his presence affects Steph Curry. And Steph is excited about this partnership, and it's already off to a great start.
And when Jimmy Butler is feeling it, the rest of the NBA knows it. ESPN's Tim Legler spoke highly about Butler's inclusion in the Warriors organization. The former NBA player explained how the different play style of the two-way player has helped revitalize Golden State's performance.
His IQ is off the charts. We didn't really talk that much about it when Jimmy Butler came to Golden State because we knew they needed his offense. They needed his ability to isolate, get to the foul line. That helps their defense. It helps Steph Curry rest when he's taking, a minute of real time to go shoot those 2 free throws. All of those things matter. But I'm so impressed with his ability to fit in the confines of the continuity of their offense, because that was what you didn't know. How's that going to work out exactly? Well, Jimmy Butler just knows how to play basketball, and that's what Steve Kerr was alluding to. Simple plays that fit, and he keeps the flow moving. You don't have to disrupt anything for Jimmy Butler to be productive.
Legler explained that because of Butler's varied offense and solid defense, the team has found a new way to be competitive. Additionally, he said the Warriors feel better about themselves and believe they have enough to compete for a title with the 6-time All-Star. The transition from the structured, no-nonsense culture of the Miami Heat to the more player-friendly approach of the Warriors has been a welcome change for Jimmy Butler, and early results indicate that he is thriving in his new role. Draymond Green went so far as to guarantee a championship this year during TNT's All-Star Game pregame show after just 4 games with Butler. Since then, the Warriors have crushed the Kings and Mavericks, and the quotes are only getting bolder.
Jimmy is an over-communicator. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jimmy gonna come to you before something ever happened. Like, if this happened, we're gonna do this. And I'll be honest with you, I see how people can get tired of Jimmy, because if you're not a basketball head, like, if you don't love this and you over-communicate like Jimmy and you dot every dot every I and cross every T, losers will get frustrated with that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't love, eat, breathe this and more importantly, winning, you can get frustrated with that. So I can see in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, whatever it's been, how someone can get frustrated with Jimmy. Yep. Because most people aren't winners.
It only took 5 games to get Stephen A. Smith to change his tune about the blockbuster trade's impact. The morning after the trade, Smith tried to downplay how much Butler would help the Warriors on First Take, saying he was refusing to call it a mega deal and effectively downplaying its impact. But on Sunday's NBA Countdown pregame show ahead of a slate of games that included Warriors-Mavericks, Smith had host Malika Andrews gasping when he stumbled over how he was wrong about the Butler move for the Dubs.
I think I was wrong when I first spoke about it.
I'm sorry.
Miracles do happen.
One more time?
Miracles do happen. I think I was wrong.
After the needling from Andrews, Smith explained that he had doubts about whether Butler and Warriors star Steph Curry could mesh on the court. He also thought the Warriors were, and still are, undersized. But Smith noted how Butler's arrival, even in just 5 games, has already imbued all sorts of confidence with the Warriors. And the biggest impact may be how Butler's ability to get to the free throw line often has been a great compliment to Curry's offensive game, and helped Curry's energy levels too.
When you have a guy that can get to the free throw line as frequently as Jimmy Butler, who's second in the usage rate on the team, Steph Curry's at 29%, he's at 23%, what happens then is you're giving him a break. You're giving him a breather without him having to get off the court, to sit on a bench. That, to me, makes Golden State very, very potent.
Smith isn't sure he agrees with Draymond Green's bold guarantee that the Warriors would win the championship during TNT's All-Star Game pregame show. Smith isn't even sure the Dubs will win the West. But according to former All-Star DeMarcus Cousins, they are now the team everyone should avoid in the first round of the playoffs. Whether it's generating points through the free throw line, defending the opposing team's best player, or grabbing boards to make up for the Warriors' lack of a legitimate center, the former Marquette star has shown he's willing to do whatever it takes to help the Warriors succeed.
No, I thought they got better. I didn't think this was a move that would, kind of put them over the hump. But, you hear the way their leaders of the team are talking. Draymond is saying it's a championship. Steph is playing with, confidence we haven't really seen all year. So, obviously, this Jimmy Butler trade put a spark in his team. Their expectations have definitely risen.
In 6 games since his trade to Golden State, Butler has averaged 20.0 points, 5.7 rebounds, 5.5 assists, and 1.5 steals per game. But more than the numbers, his presence has injected the Warriors with a newfound enthusiasm and intensity on both ends of the court. The Warriors sit in 9th place in the West at the time of this video. Although they're in the play-in tournament right now, Cousins stated that the Western Conference's best teams should be wary of facing off against a Warriors squad with 2 of the best postseason performers on its roster. It wasn't too long ago that Butler, then playing for the Miami Heat, led his team past the top-seeded Milwaukee Bucks to the 2023 NBA Finals, where they lost to the Denver Nuggets.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm scared, and if I'm 1 or 2, I'm low-key ducking. Let's lose a couple games, see if we can get another team in that first round. But any team with Steph Curry in the first round, I'm scared.
When Curry is at his best, he's nearly unstoppable on the court. He's a 2-time MVP and the 4-time NBA champion who has changed how the game is played with his incredible shooting ability. And with Butler and Draymond being 2 of the best defenders and playmakers in the league, any team should be wary of facing the Warriors in the postseason, lest they want their trip there to be a short one. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.